With flu shots and immunizations currently trending with high search volume, a fundamental question often arises: why do we need a new vaccine every single year? The answer lies in the incredible evolutionary dexterity of the influenza virus. It is a master of disguise due to a phenomenon called antigenic drift. Think of the virus as having surface armor made of two proteins, hemagglutinin, H, and neuraminidase, N. Antigenic drift means the genes coding for these surface proteins undergo small, constant mutations. It's like the virus subtly changing the color and shape of its helmet and shield every season. These minor changes are just enough to render the antibodies your body produced last year unable to recognize this year's version, making last season's defense obsolete. Because of this constant, microscopic disguise artist, our immune system needs new instructions every year. This is why global public health organizations, specifically the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, run a massive, continuous global surveillance system. Researchers constantly collect and analyze thousands of circulating influenza virus samples from around the world. Twice a year, they meet to make a projection. Based on the antigenic drift they are observing, they determine the 3 or 4 most likely viral strains to cause widespread illness in the upcoming season. This prediction process, which involves genetic sequencing and complex modeling, forces the annual vaccine update. The goal is not perfection, but to provide your immune system with a highly educated, updated training blueprint against the most probable threat. Once the strains are selected, scientists manufacture the vaccine. There are typically 2 major types you will encounter. The most common is the inactivated vaccine, often referred to as the traditional flu shot. Crucially, these vaccines contain viral particles that have been completely killed or inactivated. Because the virus is dead, it is genetically incapable of replicating inside your body, meaning it is impossible for this shot to cause the flu. The second type is the recombinant vaccine. This is a newer protein-based vaccine where scientists isolate only the specific hemagglutinin protein, the antigen, and deliver it alone. Both methods share the same goal: to safely introduce the unique surface blueprint of the virus to your immune system without introducing the actual threat of infection. The entire complex process of immune activation begins in the seconds following the injection. The vaccine contents are delivered into the muscle tissue, usually the deltoid muscle in your upper arm. This muscle acts as an ideal environment because it is rich in blood flow and, more importantly, rich in specialized immune cells, the advance guard. Once the vaccine antigens are released into this local environment, the antigens themselves act as a beacon. They immediately attract the first wave of immune defense cells, particularly macrophages and dendritic cells. The communication system is now live. The immune system has detected foreign material bearing the blueprint of this year's flu strain, and the crucial process of cellular education is about to begin. The first and most critical role in this immune education process belongs to the antigen-presenting cells, or APCs. The dendritic cells we just met in the muscle are prime examples. Their job is not to kill the virus, but to act as scouts and intelligence gatherers. They literally engulf and swallow the vaccine antigens, the little protein blueprints, and then process them. After internalizing and chopping up the antigen, the APCs proudly display small fragments of that blueprint on their own cell surface. They are essentially raising a flag that says, "Attention, immune system, here is the enemy's code. We must prepare." With this information in hand, the APCs leave the muscle and begin their journey to the nearest command center, the lymph nodes. Once the antigen-presenting cell has collected the intelligence, it migrates to the nearest lymph node, the primary meeting hub and command center of the immune system. Here, the APC seeks out the crucial T cells, the immune system's intelligence officers. The APC performs its presentation. It docks precisely with a specific T cell that has a receptor perfectly matched to the flu antigen it is displaying. This handshake is the crucial activation step. The T cell recognizes the threat and, in turn, becomes activated. Think of the T cells as the generals. They don't fight the battle themselves, but they process the intelligence and then issue the necessary command signals to the rest of the defense force, setting the entire antibody production factory into motion. With the T cells activated and the threat confirmed, the order is passed to the B cells, which act as the immune system's production factory. When a B cell encounters the specific antigen, it is designed to fight, often with instruction and assistance from the activated T cell. It begins a massive, rapid transformation. The B cell starts to clone itself, multiplying exponentially. Then, it differentiates into specialized cells called plasma cells. These plasma cells are the biological equivalent of a high-speed manufacturing plant. Their sole purpose is to synthesize and pump out billions of protective proteins known as antibodies. This intense proliferation and transformation is the reason you might feel a slight swelling or soreness in your lymph nodes. It is simply the immune factory going into overdrive. The final protective output of this entire cellular factory line is the antibody. These Y-shaped proteins are the ultimate highly customized defense tools. The plasma cells produce millions of antibodies, each one specifically designed to recognize and bind to only one target, the flu virus antigen presented in the vaccine. Think of them as molecular keys, custom forged to fit only the virus's lock. When the real infectious flu virus enters your body, these circulating antibodies immediately swarm the pathogen. By locking onto the virus's surface antigens, they either neutralize it directly, preventing it from entering your cells, or they tag it for destruction by other immune cells. This immediate, pre-programmed response is what we call immunity, and it is the entire purpose of the flu shot. The production of antibodies is the immediate victory, but the ultimate goal of the entire vaccination process is the creation of memory cells, specifically memory B and memory T cells. These are the immune system's long-lived veterans. Unlike the short-lived plasma cells that produce the initial torrent of antibodies, the memory cells go into a dormant state. They circulate silently in your blood and lymph system for years. Their purpose is preparedness. If the real, virulent flu virus ever manages to bypass your existing antibodies and invade your body, these memory cells are instantly activated. They quickly redifferentiate and launch a massive, rapid immune counterattack. This response is so much faster and stronger than the initial vaccine response that it often neutralizes the infection before you even develop serious symptoms. This pre-programmed, rapid defense is the definition of long-term immunity. One of the most persistent and damaging myths surrounding the flu shot is the belief that it gives you the flu. Based on the cellular mechanics we just covered, we can decisively debunk this. Inactivated vaccines are designed using dead or fragmented viral particles. They are biologically incapable of replication, which means they absolutely cannot cause a true, replicating influenza infection. If someone experiences cold or flu-like symptoms shortly after vaccination, it is almost always due to one of three things. First, the immune response itself, the signs of your system ramping up. Second, they were already infected with the flu or a different respiratory virus, like a common cold, before the vaccine could take effect. Or third, the vaccine did not cover the specific strain they encountered. Crucially, the vaccine is a trainer, not the threat itself. So if the vaccine cannot give you the flu, what exactly causes the common side effects? The sore arm, the mild headache, or the low-grade fever, these are not signs of illness. They are definitive proof that your immune system is successfully doing its job. When the APCs and T cells become activated in the lymph nodes, they release small signaling molecules called cytokines. These cytokines act as biological alarms, setting off a systemic response designed to maximize defense. The fever is the body intentionally raising its internal temperature to make the environment hostile to viruses and accelerate cellular processes. The soreness in the arm is localized inflammation, caused by the rush of immune cells to the injection site. These temporary side effects are simply the physiological echo of your immune factory building its defense and preparing its memory cells, confirming the shot was effective. If you decide to incorporate the flu shot into your annual health protocol, timing is your greatest strategic factor. Since the goal is protection against the flu season, which typically peaks between December and February, you should aim to get vaccinated in early fall, generally September or October. The science we discussed confirms that your body needs time to build that protection. It takes approximately 2 full weeks for your B cells and T cells to fully activate, multiply, and for those crucial memory cells to mature and enter circulation. Getting the shot too early might result in a slight waning of antibody protection late in the season, while waiting until the peak means you are unprotected during the critical period. Plan for early fall to ensure you have maximum, robust defense when the virus is at its most potent. Music swells slightly, adopting an uplifting final tone. The entire elegant process we've uncovered leads to one powerful conclusion. The vaccine is not an aggressor or an infection. It is a highly advanced training program for your immune system. It gives your defense force the knowledge, the blueprint. It needs to neutralize the threat efficiently and rapidly. But the best trained defense force is useless if its soldiers are weak and its supply lines are choked with damage. For your immune system to respond optimally to any challenge, whether it's a vaccine or a natural pathogen, your cells must be operating at peak efficiency. To achieve that metabolic resilience, you need to understand how to fundamentally recharge your cellular power plants, the mitochondria. Subscribe to the Evidence Edge now to continue optimizing your biology. And for the next step in your health protocol, click the link on your screen or in the description to watch our deep dive. Cold and heat therapy, mitochondrial supercharge.